Welcome to TAFL Communications and 911 Services, second class for emergency medical dispatching. In class 2, we will learn about using CAD for EMD dispatching or emergency medical dispatching. For today's episode and class, we require that you have access to the CAD system and are familiar with the basics instructions. If you're not, you could visit our tutorial video, which will be coming out shortly. Here's a recap. The call example is as followed. The caller is a female. She's with the patient and reports that he's experiencing chest pain. The patient is identified as a 65-year-old male who's conscious and breathing. The male has no history of any cardiac and is in, again, lots of pain. On top of this, we also identify the location, the address, and the cross streets utilizing our map. Let's get into the class. When you sign into CAD and click the community, you should see something very similar to what is on my screen. With the exception of the admin panel and some of the fire or EMS icons, you should be able to see the dispatch icon. What you need to do is click the dispatch icon and it will bring and load up our dispatch view. Your screen might not look exactly like mine, but it should be very similar. You should see the active units, which are displayed here, the new dispatch or call creation screen, which is on the right-hand side of your screen. You could identify this via the new dispatch logo. You should also be able to see the active calls and call history tab, which is on the bottom of your screen. Most usually is underneath the new dispatch section, which is shown here. And you should also be able to see, once again, your active units. This is very important that you're familiar with active units and unit groups. When receiving calls, please note that we do not receive calls with the 911 calls feature. Calls are sent to us via the Discord and upon proper training and certifications through the 911 call system, which will be implemented shortly. Let's get started. When we create a call, we want to use the saved type call screen. We will select our EMD in progress. As we noted before, the call of our choosing was a 10 Charlie 1, which is a priority 2 response as it's a Charlie medical. So we will then go ahead, go back to our CAD, and select the EMD in progress, which is emergency dispatch in progress, P2. We'll hit create call, and we should see it created. Now you may wonder, where did the call go? Don't be worried. If you look underneath at the active calls tab, you'll see the call. As you can see, it's right here. To access this, all you have to do is you left click the call, and you'll see this menu pop up. Again, don't be alarmed. All we have to do is tap edit call. Once the call is edited, then you tap that, you'll see the new call window with the identified call ID to pop up. From here, you can begin to import your information. We know the address of the call to be 6563 Lakeview Drive, Taffield, New York, box 56. So we will import that information. We also know it's at the auto center. So we will do either Lakeview Drive, and you can see it will pop up, or you could do Walmart, or you could just simply do Auto Center. For our postal, We identified it to be 563. So for postal, you type 563. For the block, we want to type our cross streets. As identified, our cross street of the call is Main Street and Birchwood Court. So in the block, you'll type in Main Street and Birchwood Court. You'll then copy and paste that into the call description and then type cross street, and it will display like that. Once you do that, you could update the call. As you can see, in the active calls window, it's now going to show a location, a postal, but it doesn't show units yet. This is because we need to assign the units that are in the closest vicinity to the call to get there as quickly as possible. We're not done yet though. We need to add a call title. To add a call title, you just simply tap, you can select and tap delete, and we'll implant our call title. Here at TAFL, we have strict templates that must be followed. The template is going to start with the first phrase. In this case, it's chest pain. This is because it's the protocol. It should be similar to the code that you select. By doing this, we could tap 10 and chest pain will come up. So it should be the same as that. Followed by P-2. P stands for priority, and the 2 stands for 2, which is priority 2. It's a priority 2 medical. That will be then followed by our chief complaint, which is difficulty breathing. We're almost there and almost ready to attach the units. The next thing that we want to do is add our coded information. We know we have a 65-year-old male. He's conscious, breathing, and he's abnormally breathing, so we had breathing abnormally. We had our ProQA code, which was identified as a 10 Charlie 1. We add that it's chest pain with abnormal breathing, and then we give a short piece of information. It's crucial that you follow this exact format to a T. The format can be found in our SOP, as well as in the help section of our run cards. In addition to this, we want to add caller information. If caller information is not present, don't worry. You can simply just put no caller information. So then we'll put our lines, and then we'll put female. He's with the party. So she's with the party now, so we just want to include that so that when services, when 911 and when other EMS units arrive or the fire department arrives, they know to look for possibly a female who's with the patient. If we have a name, in our case we have Emma, we could also add that as well, but for this example, we're not going to add it. You could then tap update. This will then change our active calls to have shown chest pain, and it will be at the Walmart. We're almost done. We're now going to utilize our notes, which are displayed here. Our first note is going to be the patient information. You'll hear that audible ding, and that will show that the note has been added. Our next note is CC text, and our CC text is chest pain. We'll also add, with the line, we'll add difficulty breathing. So you can go ahead and you can type difficulty breathing. Our next note is going to be EMD to Med 1 Charlie. So EMD to Medical 1, so it's a medical call, and it is a Charlie response. We can tap add note. We have one more note to add. We want to add that the person who's with the patient is on scene, present with the patient. So then our final note is call type change / escalated from EMD to 10 Charlie 1, chest pain, abnormal breathing. We'll click add note. You go ahead and update the call. Now we're ready to dispatch. Simply all you have to do is go over to the side of your screen which says active units. I will zoom in to make it easier. You tap left click on the active unit and then tap add to call. You'll see that the unit is now added to the call. Remember, the unit has yet to see on their screen that they've been added. To do that, you need to tap update call. Don't click it yet. Before you click it, remember, you need to dispatch it over the radio. This concludes the second class here at TAFL 911. In the class, we discussed dispatching with CAD for EMD incident. Class 3 will be about how to verbally dispatch utilizing our radio communications, as well as updating the call to add the unit. Thank you. If you have any questions, please make sure to reach out to TAFL 911.